that many of you have willingly traveled long distances to be here serves as a reminder to us all just how important today's event is. Thank you all for coming. As I stand on this podium, the thought that we are gathered to mark the 29th JU Ekweyon Memorial Lecture makes me wonder how quickly time flies. It is another opportunity to reflect on the person and character of Estate Surveyor Admiral John Ekweyon, as well as the legacy he left behind. John Ekweyon Memorial Lecture is an epoch-making event in appreciation of the groundbreaking and pioneering role of the symbol of this great institution. Estate Surveyor John Ekweyon, the first president of the institution, was a diligent pacesetter who, alongside some of his peers like late Estate Surveyor Hope Arima, late Estate Surveyor Josiah Oluwatelu, Estate Surveyor Sansport Ibe, Estate Surveyor Adetola Oladipeku Shote, who is still with us today, Estate Surveyor Venerable Ellen, and other founding fathers, as you can see here. Ellen is here with us. Please let us appreciate our ex-president and all other past presidents here present, the likes of O.J. Odudu. Baba, thank you so much. The likes of many people, you are all here. Thank you so much. And other foundation members began the pioneering task of putting up the structure that has made Estate Surveying and Valuation profession prominent and recognized in Nigeria and beyond. SN, who is our special guest today, a former federal commissioner, SN and CON, a former federal commissioner for works, and Estate Surveyor DP, Dr. Olalekan Adeola Dosu, and two highly respected and eminent personalities were obliged to be eternally grateful for their roles in drafting and facilitating the passage of the law of the Estate Surveyors and Valuers in Nigeria, which gave a legal backing to the profession. We will always remember with appreciation their roles and contributions to the formation of the institution. Our leaders then were magnanimous enough to promptly confer on Alhaji Okunu an honorary fellow of the institution in appreciation of his role. He is the first person to be so honored. The first honorary fellow of the institution, Alhaji Olufemi Okunu, SACON, and former federal commissioner for works, via a standing ovation. Please, even if you're not here, he deserves it. So let us appreciate it. When I met him between Christmas and New Year, he told me of this event. He was so elated. And he passed a comment. I thought, you people have. That I thought, there's no one to talk to us again. That my coming, I am so happy. And he started telling me, do the memory lane. This man was a federal commissioner, the same period people like late Anthony Inaho. They were then federal commissioners, now called ministers. So I just hope because it's very, very strong. Though it has a far from me. And see, I hope we are not a victim. Otherwise, you will not be protected for me. I want to thank Brenda Ishmael, who is being inducted today as a fellow, and the essence of that robbery monarchy facilitated that occasion. I appreciate both of you. Fourth anniversary of the founding of this great institution, that essence of that John Woo, Equity, and his contemporaries pioneered. Over the decades, the institution has produced thousands of essence surveyors and has impacted the nation's development in many ways. The profession remains a critical stakeholder and a dependable partner with the government and national development, particularly in the areas of policy formulation, land administration, asset management, and administration, housing project development, amongst others. The theme of today's lecture is competence and professionalism in real estate practice, role of specialization. The profession operates on code of professional practice, professional ethics and practice, which is the major ingredient of professionalism. I want to thank the guest speaker lecturer, our past president, Pastor Mark, for coming up with this topic. Thank you, sir. These professional associations which produce support faculties for the acquisition of specialist knowledge by its members. These are parts of the deliberate steps taken to enhance specialization, competence, and professionalism. I have implicit confidence in our 22nd president, Estate Surveyor Dr. Bola Joshua Patonga Ajayi, to do justice and thorough analysis of the subject matter. Estate Surveyor Dr. Bola Patonga is a prolific writer, publisher, and public speaker who have delivered many lectures both within and outside the country. Please let us clap for them. With over 35 years of professional experience in real estate development, property management, valuation, marketing, consultancy, and advisory services, Dr. Patola has carved a niche for himself within the estate industry. I implore you to make a good use of this epoch-making lecture. I want to, at this junction, just address Lagos State. Even though it is not here, it was former treasurer to let us also appreciate that. Dr. Patola, thank you so much. Once again, my noble colleagues, who have been found worthy of elevation to the fellowship status, having successfully gone through a thorough process of scrutiny conducted by the privileged committee of the institution, ably led by our past president, Okazuki Emmanuel, on the success for choosing the right profession. I welcome you into the highest class of membership and professional qualification of our noble profession. I acknowledge your determination and hard work over the past 10 years or more, even as I rejoice and join to serve the arrow of a good success. It's a case of many are called, but few are chosen. I'm sure the numbers that came to screening under our NIESV were more than this. Far more than this. I will know he is a no-nonsense man. And he has to do things diligently. And he has produced a few we are seeing here today. Once again, my IBB, I want to thank you. And I know that in that committee, you also have the chairman of Board of Fellows. These are men of timber and kindness with high integrity. Dr. Elufuli, we appreciate it. Please stand for me. Upon your confinement as fellows God offenders, a privilege that signals the commencement of another journey of bearing responsibilities on behalf of the institution. They include but not limited to the responsibility of carrying yourself with the dignity that the fellowship status bestows. Responsibility of doubling your efforts and participating in NIESV activities and making contributions to the growth of the institution, as well as the responsibility of being the institution's ambassador by delivering valuable services to the development of the nation in all your endeavors. The honor conferred on you today requires absolute compliance to professional ethics and standard of practice. I hope you are happy. Answer. I hope you are happy. Total commitment to the aims and objectives of the institution. Importantly, you must realize that you have also acquired the responsibility of being role models to young essays of yours and values, and to those who need inspiration to join the profession. It is expected of you to continue to show quality leadership at all times in qualities of good conduct, integrity, nobility, honesty, and devotion. Nigeria needs honest essays of yours and values, rendering honest consultancy and other professional real estate services. It will be a disservice to the institution and to the nation as a whole for any noble colleague to knowingly act otherwise. Do not rest on your orders. The world is young. The world is yours to take. Go for it. Reach out. Reach for the big, and be whatever you want to be. Remember, while you cannot direct the wind, you can adjust the sail to get to the destination. I urge you to ponder and meditate on these thought-provoking and insightful statements by Madeline Hunter, the accomplished American author of several novels, and she said, if you want to feel secure, do what you already know how to do. If you want to feel secure, do what you already know how to do. If you want to be a true professional and continue to grow, go to the cutting edge of your competence, which means a temporary loss of security. So whenever you don't quite know what you are doing, know you are doing. Constantly and relentlessly improve on your skills and capacity. To continue to impact positively on the profession and promote national development. I once again welcome everyone to this memorial lecture and induction ceremony. I want to appreciate all my past presidents here present, all our elders. I appreciate you all. And I want to also thank our special guests for taking time to come here today. Thank you very much. Long live NIESV. Long live Lagos State. Because I want to live. And long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Using this occasion to do just two things. The lecture, memorial lecture on Jean-Louis Okoyon and induction of fellows. Like I said last year at Uyo, the issue of memorial has to do with something pleasant, something very good. You cannot be talking about memorial if there was no good tone. John Wood, Young, and his colleagues that came there, first colleagues that came from overseas, to form this institution. We agree that they did very well, and that is why this lecture is being held every year. So what comes to mind immediately, if you are holding a memorial, what is your take from that memorial? There is rendering quality service. These people, they've done very well, and we keep praising them every year. The incoming surveillance, what does that tell you? It tells you that you should continue in the good work your predecessors have done. And that is why we are here. And I want to congratulate especially our president, our current president, John Wood, for putting together this occasion. Because we appreciate our past leaders, we have been improving on what we inherited from them, from president to president. And this year of technology, I thank the new president, the young new president. They are doing very well. So thank you. So we've seen that Ipeyo did very well, and he passed on a profession to us, which we now are very proud of. We must continue in that direction. We must continue in rendering quality service to our clients. We must not cut in corners in anything we do, because this profession is continuing today because of the quality we inherited. And if we stop it, if we start doing wrong things, the profession also will come to an end. So we must continue in rendering quality service. Then for the inductees, talk about your role in the profession. I want to add that not only your role in the profession, after you are inducted today as a fellow, everything about you must change. I'm very happy, many of the faces I see are quite old, and they must have been doing, for aspiring to be fellows, they must have been good people too. In those days when we were at Musuka, Professor Men told us that you cannot just be a first class, graduate as a first class student. If you want to be first class, you must be first class in everything. So after your induction today, your private life will be affected. The way you relate in your home, in fact, when you leave here and get to your home, your husband and your wife must know that something has happened to you. In how you going to conduct yourself. Your friends, in your social life, your friends must know that something has changed in your life. That you are now a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Justice or those of graduates. And the way you now interact with people, the way you do your things must be distinct and different from the way you used to do it after today. If we begin to get bad records after today, it means that we are going to withdraw our fellowship from you. That is what then in the institution, the president has outlined it. We must be a very good example to the junior ones. Everything that you know you've been doing in your practice, in your office, that does not glorify the institution, you must stop it and begin to do new things. So on this note, I want to thank everybody that has found time to be here. Thank the president and all the past presidents are here. Thank you very much and welcome.
is a Nigerian lawyer and a senior advocate of Nigeria. He is the 16th Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Lagos State. Mr. Oyosole Jibril Okanjo was born to a middle-class family on the 24th September 1964 in Surulere, Lagos. He attended Sunnyfield Primary School, gained admission and studied law at the University of London in 1984. Was in his LLB honors degree in 1988 from Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. After the faculty was cancelled at the University of London in 1986 by the National Universities Commission. He then went to Harvard Law School for 2 executive courses on negotiation and leadership, and thereafter difficult conversation both in 2017. He was called to bar by the Nigerian Law School in 1989. Olugajo was an NIESV core member when he caught his duties at Akin Delano and Co. in Ibadan. He then became an associate with Professor A.B. Kasuma. He was appointed a Rotary Public on March 31st, 2001, and later appointed member of the Nigerian Bar Association section on business law on March 30th, 2011. He was a member of the National Executive Council of the NBA between 2010 and 2012. In September 2013, Honorable Justice Alufa Marie Muta, the GCON, conferred on him with the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria. On August 22, he was sworn in by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as the 16th Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice.
Rest on existing protocols, but wherever you go, it's a mark of honor to give honor to who is due. And therefore, I must thank warmly this very foremost institution in our country for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share the little I know about law with you. And I acknowledge the president of the institution as being institution who have been relentless in pursuing me that I must attend today's event. And through him, I of course also warmly appreciate all the past presidents who have gathered here this morning in large numbers, and also the inductees, ladies and gentlemen. I also cannot but acknowledge the presence of the family of the very esteemed J.W. Ekweyon. I can tell you that there is nothing better than to have a great forebearer like your dad, and you can see that even after he passed in 1974, I believe, you can still see the good works he has done, living after him. And I believe that there is no greater honor that one can be given than this kind of memorial lecture. So today, I will speak briefly about an issue that has brought the institution in collision with the state government. And I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. Lasera, yes. So the institution indeed went to court to challenge the powers of the state government to pass this law. Because the matter is pending in court quite clearly, but you know, the kind of law I practice is one that prefers solution. So when I was invited to, so to speak, come to the lion's den and come and defend what the state government did in passing this law, Well, I see it as a good opportunity for us to rub minds, and I wave the olive branch to each and every one of you that really the objectives of your institution and the state government is the same, which is essentially to have an industry where there is fidelity, where there is honesty, where there is equity, where there is fair play, and where we both the institution and government protect the citizens from scammers, from fraudsters, and what have you. So even though we are in courts, in Yoruba folklore, you say when you go to court with somebody, you never become friends again. But you know, some of these folklore and adages, time has overtaken them. Now, if you're a lawyer and you can imagine 33 years of practice, if I keep enemy with everybody I've taken to court, then I'll be an endangered species. So I come here waving the olive branch. This is a matter, if we sit down, that we can look at and resolve. I don't see any difficult issue there. What we want to do in this law is to capture and regulate transactions. We do not pretend that we have the power to regulate estate surveyors and valuers for 1 minute. That power, by law, resides in the institution. And so, the law is essentially designed to know, firstly, for one thing, let us know everybody practicing or doing business in this space. That's what the law tries to do. Let's capture every transaction so that there is a database, or there is, so for example, imagine I live in one far-flung area of the world and I want to dabble into real estate in Nigeria. There must be something I can go to, a database I can go to, which will give me the information I need to do business. And so, if I do not see your name in that database, I can be wavering and say, well, I'm not going to do this transaction because you are not visible to me. So essentially, that's the essence of the law. But I've digressed enough. Let me quickly read my speech at this event. I recognize it as an opportunity to not only showcase the efforts of the Lagos State government in uplifting the standard of estate surveying and valuing in Lagos, but to also express my profound admiration for the vital work your institution is doing to promote and maintain the high standard of professional conduct and practice in the landed profession in Nigeria. It is therefore a most invigorating and sharing experience for me to deliver these few remarks at this Fellow's Induction and 29th edition of the J.W. Young Memorial Lecture of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. Today we honor the legacy of the great man, John Young, who was not only the first qualified estate surveyor and valuer in West Africa, but also the first president of this esteemed institution. His dedication to the landed profession in Nigeria has set the standard of professionalism and integrity, which we all must strive to maintain. As the Chief Law Officer of Lagos State, I have had the opportunity to observe the important role that estate surveyors and valuers play in the development and growth of our economy. No doubt, the work you do has a direct impact on the lives of people in our state, and it is important that we work together to ensure that everyone has access to fair and equitable property transactions. As you may all be aware, one of the thrusts of the administration of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is to promote the ease of doing business in Lagos State. And I would like to use this medium to not only acknowledge the position that members of this unique institution occupy in this endeavor, but to also thank you all for your cooperation in the gradual movement towards our goal of ensuring that property transactions in Lagos State are conducted in a transparent and fair manner. Transactions within the state. While this is a positive development, it has unfortunately led to an increase in dubious or fraudulent transactions in the state. There have been reported cases of fake agents in the sector, collapsed buildings as a result of activities of persons who have no good intentions for the citizens of the state. This, to any government which is serious about governance, is unacceptable and must be called. In 2007, therefore, the Lagos State House of Assembly enacted the Lagos State Real Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Law, which is known to you all as LASRERA, pursuant to the powers contained in the receivable legislative list under the 1999 Constitution. The law established the agencies with powers to, as I said, essentially capture all transactions in the landed profession. So whether you be a developer, you want to develop the parcel of land and sell to the public, or whether you be a letting agent who lets out property. And so that essentially is what the law sought to do. The law comprises of so many important sections, which I will not bore you with, but essentially these sections are to just ensure that the identity of all practitioners are known not just to the government, but to the people of the state. The law does not determine who can practice or who cannot practice as an estate surveyor or valuer. That is clear. The law also does not say how the practice of your profession is to be conducted. The state government is interested in just capturing the data for transparency purposes, for accountability purposes, and for good governance. The institution, as I said earlier, maybe misunderstood our intentions and has taken us to court. But we do not in any way feel aggrieved or vexed because of the court case, because that is essentially the rule for which the law courts are there. When there is a misunderstanding, and when parties sit down and cannot reach a settlement, the best mechanism to resolve that dispute is to go to court, for the court to then interpret the roles of all the parties. So it is not a problem that we have been taken to court. We get taken to court every day. Sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right. But the court will arbitrate between the two parties. But the important thing to tell you, sir, distinguished estate surveyors and valuers, is that the opportunity is there for your institution and the state government to sit down together on the table to judge up on this issue and to come to a compromise. The outcome of that compromise will be made in terms of settlement in the court case and can even be made through the amendment of the law. Those laws are not cast in concrete. they can be amended. So oftentimes, laws are amended to reflect the times and seasons that we are in at a particular time. So that essentially is that about the law and what NIESV is supposed to be. So I urge Mr. President of the institution to please let us engage NIESV, the Attorney General, your counsel in the matter, and we sit down and look at it, and we come out with an amicable resolution. Which we are dealing with. There is a case of Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Tesiri Tuwalaki. This is the man who collected over 52,142,000 from 215 prospective tenants for a property located at 1 Karimu Street in Keja. We are currently prosecuting the matter before the Federal High Court. The matter was being prosecuted by the police, but NIESV wrote to the Office of the Attorney General, and we took over that case and we are prosecuting that charge in that matter. There is also the case of Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Mufuta Wishola and another. These defendants collected 43,235,000 from 150 prospective tenants for a 14-apartment complex at Shombutedu in Aja. There is also the case of COP versus Alhaji Abdullahi Ayobami City. This defendant collected 25.9 million from 129 prospective tenants for an apartment that had only 6 units. There is also the case of another Attorney General versus Olaki Joseph, which is currently before Justice Nikokri, the High Court of Lagos. The defendant collected 10 million from 85 prospective tenants for a property located in Bagada Estate. So you see that the law setting up your institution deals with your members only. It does not deal with all these people who are not your members. But unfortunately, the business they conduct in that unscrupulous manner impacts on your institution, impacts on your reputation, and also the citizens will then call into query the state government for not doing anything to curb this menace. We cannot, I'm sure you all know that these few incidences that are read out to you are not the first and they are not the last. So we cannot keep doing the same thing and expect something to change. And so it is for this kind of reasons that NIESV came up to address this issue, because government must do something. And government cannot subjugate its powers to your institution. No citizen is going to accept that from you. For if somebody complains, oh, I was defrauded by a developer, I was defrauded by an agent, and then for government to say, oh, you go and meet the Nigerian institution of estate surveillance and value. You can't do that. And so please understand also where government is coming from. Between the state government and your institution. Lagos is the commercial capital of Nigeria, indeed West Africa. So all the big ticket real estate transactions are being conducted in Lagos. And as such, that is why we need to have this meeting of minds to discuss issues which affect us together. We cannot divorce ourselves because these problems will go away except we address them. Government does not have the skill set that you have in real estate transactions. Government does not have the expertise that you have. So government will have to lean on you for advice or counseling in taking some of these decisions, and as such, that is why it is imperative. It is not a matter of if, but a matter of when we sit down to ensure that we have a better real estate space for people who want to conduct legitimate business in Lagos State. As I listen to the speeches by the President and the Chairman of today's session, one thing came to mind, and that was my own induction as a senior advocate of Nigeria. We have many similarities. The rank of senior advocate of Nigeria is the most prestigious rank any lawyer can wear. Just as the rank of fellow of this great institution is also the most prestigious rank you can wear in your profession. So when we take this rank, they charge us that now that you have been inducted as the senior advocate of Nigeria, you have become one of the leaders of the profession. You have become the beacon of light in the profession. You must be somebody who must be above God and Caesar's wife. You must not do anything that will taint your profession, that will damage the reputation of your profession. And at all times, you must uphold the ethics of your profession. And you must advance the cause of the profession. So it is the same charge that I give to you today. And as the chairman, I believe, or maybe it was the president rightly said, you know, when you leave this place today, you are a different set of people. Because now, much more is expected of you. There is no hiding place for you, because you know, if you notice in the legal profession, if a senior advocate does something wrong, it will be all over the press, all over social media. Senior advocate of Nigeria fights in courts. Senior advocate of Nigeria does this and that. So it's the same thing for you. So you must, conduct yourself with utmost dignity and uphold the integrity of this distinguished profession that you have been called, that you have been inducted into as a fellow today. Before I wind up, so you must also take a look at your law. The Estate Surveyors and Valuers Registration Act. It's an old law, I know. But maybe because of the daily pressure of all these very weighty billion-dollar financial transactions, you are taking your eyes off the law. I was looking at the penalty section, for example, which gives the tribunal power to punish members of the profession who commit what we call infamous conduct. I must also tell you that is also an offense for legal practitioners. If you are found guilty of conducting yourself, we call it infamous conduct, you will also be sanctioned. But I'm looking at the sanctions there, and I will read some to you. I'm sure it will be to the amusement of some of you. When I needed that, now my iPad has for that law. So it says, the person guilty of an offense under this act shall be liable A, on conviction in a court lower than the High Court to a fine not exceeding 100 naira. And where the offence is a continuing one, to a further fine not exceeding 20 naira for every day that the offence continues. So you see that it is that time you engage your mind to amend your law, because the penalties have become spent. Because if you are finding me 100 naira and 20 naira a day, I might as well continue to commit the offense. So please set in motion the provisions to amend the law and bring it up to date in line with the realities of the present day. There's also something when we talk about discipline, which also plays the legal profession. I have yet to come across any reports in the newspapers in recent times or in social media in which the disciplinary proceedings regarding the members have been published. And that's very important. When people err and you punish them, if you keep it amongst yourself, then people who are not in your profession do not see that you are taking a strong view on disciplining yourself. So, for example, even though I live and work in Nigeria, many a time I come across reports from the UK where medical doctors who violate the ethics of the profession are immediately struck off or suspended. And you can imagine something that happens in one remote hospital in the UK. They put the report online and it travels all the way to my phone in Nigeria, and I see it. The same thing for lawyers. In fact, we always say in our profession that most Nigerian lawyers would not survive practice in the UK. Because for any single infraction of the rules of professional conduct, they are struck off. And immediately that is done, the publication is made. So that members of the public will be aware that Mr. A cannot practice as a lawyer again. So I leave that charge with you. Because it's also something we face in our profession. If you do not self-regulate, then you are inviting other third parties to come and regulate you. And that will be a danger for you. So I leave you with that charge. I thank you once more for this opportunity. And God bless your institution. God bless the doctrine. God bless all your revered presidents who are coming out in the announcement to support this institution. Thank you very much.
Before he would be transported from here to somewhere.
She was busy organizing one particular center. She was in charge of everything, in charge of all the services, even the cleaner services. She was in charge of generator, the plants, the lighting, the plumbing, and even the equipment, sterilization, autoclaving. She's all over the place, and that center was given a special provision by the state government at that time. I didn't see many because we didn't know about it, but she knew about it, and she went deep to hospital facility management. This is what we are talking about. We have to really do something extra, to give something extra to our players in Nigeria all over. Let's move to the next slide. You know, we have this from the last slide. You know, it's a problem. When what your client is expecting to do is higher than what you know, by the time you are speaking, you just look at this one does not, cannot meet my. It will go to the next person who can give him what he will have, even when that person is not an essence of you. So when you say I'm a valuer, make sure you are really a valuer and you are going deep. When you say I'm a real estate, when you say I'm a project manager, please be sure that you know what you really talk about. So it is also important to know that the professional training and practice are far more comprehensive as a result of inadequate knowledge, skill and competencies of trainees in major areas of the practice. So for the professional to try, it is imperative that we place our step and evaluate our procedures and adapt them to current social and global trend in NIESV. The global trend is far beyond what you just see in the surface of it now. Competence and professionalism in real estate practice. Because there is little individual can do, unless the institution itself come up with a framework which every member will feed into. I mentioned now two cases, one in administration, one in hospital facility management. Yes, they have the knowledge. They are doing it, they are practicing, they are making their money. But the institution has to come together to put their knowledge and other documents in place, which other people, other members who are interested in that can see and can use for their own training. And we now multiply that one person to practice 20, 30, and be able to serve the nation. It is also crucial to know that knowledge base of the industry is crucial in real estate development. Capacity to respond to diverse and shifting client needs, market sophistication and growth, and cutting-edge technology. Technology has brought a lot of challenges, but all the same, it has given us a way forward. Go online, go on, you get so many information that can move you forward and make you ahead of others. Don't let me say ahead of your friends, but you can be ahead of others and then give the best to the clients. Let us look at let's give me the next slide. Also look to the next. To enhance competency and professionalism, peer organization, members of the research to opportunities or need to provide services in view of developing field of area. Probably you are involved in a project with another colleague who knows very well. Don't just stay at the point of we are going to job, we are sharing the fee, go back to the get yourself trained and be able to also become an expert in that area. We must be able to uphold the highest standard of professionalism, ethics, integrity, which will give new hires the ability to cover competence. You see people bringing your services to you, but before you do that, you must make your pay and make sure that that pay has what is required to serve the survival of those who want to do so. You must also be able to adopt and adapt new method to enhance performance. This is where some of us have problems, including myself. You have to be proficient in some areas which were not available at the start, when we were in school or at the start of our profession. Now things have changed, we have to change. We have to change completely. There was a time some of us belong to this international right of way. I was not in Nepal last time. And what we noticed was that people there were handling up against our members. They did not allow them to, they didn't want them to become president. They didn't want to, I think I was second vice, or first vice president of the school. Somebody mentioned to me, and I gather, who are the people in our conversation faculties? I gathered them, what are you looking at? I went to collect form. Where I got the fee, I paid for myself, I paid for my wife. And we all provided the next conference. At that next conference, almost all executives were our own, because we all paid. And the next year, the president was our own. Up to today, I don't know whether he can do anything and push us aside. In that of way, no, in Nigeria. We now see our members going abroad and all the rest and all. This is how we have to do it. It's not a matter of being greedy. It's a matter of being taking our position. Where it is. Don't complain when something is going on. So people are complaining, why is IFMA doing this? Why is IFMA? I go, look, who are the people that are in IFMA? I saw some videos that come together. Where which post you want to protest for? Presently, the president is our member. We can do, and many of our members, many of the councils are member. It gives us opportunity to not only because we want to occupy posts, but because we want to develop our people, develop ourselves. Please let us see the way by which we can enhance our professional competency and professionalism.
My speech just looked at the historical perspective of having a memorial lecture in honor of the first president of the institution and also the first qualified estate surveyor and valuer in West Africa, JWM Mayor. And also to explain to the institution the reason why the state government drafted the law, last RERA, which seeks to regulate and capture all data related to real estate transactions within the state, and the need for the institution and for the state government and last RERA to work together in ensuring that citizens who participate in real estate transactions are protected and they have the very best, fair and equitable deal possible. I also charge to be inducted fellows to uphold the integrity of the profession in which they are being inducted as fellows today. And then finally, drew their attention to the need to amend the Estate Surveyors and Valuers Act, which I believe needs some changes.
Stakeholders see a positive transformation of the sector?
Well, I mean, so already, I think I gave details of about 4 cases in which we are prosecuting people who defrauded citizens of the state in real estate transactions. Those cases have been charged to court, and I'm sure in a very short while we will have judgment on these cases. And what this will do, it will send a very strong signal that the state will not tolerate all these dubious agents and scammers who collect money from our citizens under the guise of giving them a non-existent apartment or property. And also, it is also because for the results to be evident more quickly that the Lagos State government set up LASRERA to deal with all these issues in a timely manner and to give the citizens an agency to which they can take their issues to, and that agency's special mandate is to respond to all these complaints. So citizens who have issues in their real estate transactions should go to LASRERA, put their complaints there, and they will be addressed speedily. The main objective of LASRERA is to capture the data of all real estate transactions in the state, and therefore make the industry more transparent, make information more readily available to everybody, so that if you want to engage in any real estate transactions, for example, you can go to a particular LASRERA website and then see, and then you kind of investigate the people you are dealing with to ensure that that transaction is captured under LASRERA regulations. Thank you.
It's a quote from the Bible. It said, "For now, has he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises." You know, when you see something, what is this now? The one we have is okay now. What are you talking about? No. Let's go into that unknown, because it is going to be established on a better promise. It is going to give us a better idea, a better sources in our possession. Somebody was calling me from Dubai and said, yes, that we want to come and trade in Nigeria because it's into hotel facility management. Yes, they have their own. So, go into unknown, search into unknown, step into unknown. Don't be afraid. You discover that there is great success in it. Under the table, you don't know what is there. If you open, you don't know what you will find there. Whether it is gold, whether it is silver. Good is good, yes. This is good, yes. Good is good, but better is better. Better is better than good. So let us embrace competence and professionalism, choose specialization for the best in real estate. Thank you very much.
PNIES, NIESV, PSNS, the President of the Nigerian Nation of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, permit me to stand on the existing protocols. It is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you this afternoon to do this simple act of presenting to us those persons that the privileges committee have met and are ready to be inducted as fellows. Noble colleagues and our very distinguished guests, the fellows cadre is the highest professional cadre of the Nigerian Association of Ethics, Surveillance and Values. The Privileges Committee of the institution is responsible for selecting and recommending candidates to the council for its ratification. In this regard, the Privileges Committee has led several and completed its assignment of screening the files of the candidates, respecting their offices, and interacting with them. This 2022-2023, about 74 candidates applied for elevation into the fellows cadre, and out of that, 71 were screened. Because 3 of the candidates did not meet up with the requirements. And out of that 71 that was screened, 61 was successful at the committee level. However, we shall be inducting a total of 62 candidates today because one spillover from last year is hereby included by the permission of the council. Section 9 of our constitution stipulates that to be a fellow of the institution, the person must have made positive contributions towards the growth and development of our profession. Number 2, the person must be of good character and has not been found guilty of any criminal offense or professional misconduct. Number 3, he has been an associate of the institution for not less than 10 years, including 5 years in senior management position. He should be a person of exemplary outstanding and experience in the profession and of established reputation to be able to defend the profession and the institution in particular. And he has passed the interview as conducted by the Privileges Committee and approved by the Council. He has fulfilled other conditions as the Council would have prescribed and stipulated. Mr. President, sir, on behalf of the Privileges Committee, I, Estate Surveyor and Sir Chief Emmanuel Okasuike, the immediate past president, have the honor and privilege to present the following members of the institution who have been found worthy in character and in practice to be elevated to the position of fellowship of the Nigerian Institution of Ethics, Surveillance and Values. Thank you. To be transferred to the fellowship center, I have represented.
I want to, in the course of the lecture by the special guest, he made a remark that when we discipline people, we should let the public know. And that as a fellows of the institution and put service above self and act in the best interest of the profession of ethics, surveying and valuation at all times. We have said this before our provider, and the CA of Lagos State is here with us. That I will uphold the motto of the institution, honesty and devotion. In all my endeavors, that I will be at all times seek the development of the profession, of the constitution of the institution. Let me repeat that last paragraph. That I will abide by the rules of conduct, and uphold and defend the objects of the Constitution of the institution. So help you God. So you will sign it, and you get a witness to sign it before you come out now. And nobody, we have the chairman of Board of Fellows as the chairman of privilege is bringing you, and you are now inducted. The chairman of Fellows will receive you and you go away.
Ijeoma Ifeanyi Chukwu, Uche Ibe Augustina, Afolabi Adewale James, Afolaya Ebe Omoni, Okon Ede Bas, Omelele Agatha, Odigbele Olu Yelu, Okonkwo Gabriel, Obuli Samson, Olutola Olade, Okunosi Olayinka, Akínbọ́lá Tìmítọ́pẹ́, Ọládògún Ọládépọ̀, Abudulayi Ọlálẹ́kọ̀, Adesina Samuel, Eshes Inoko Samuel, Ogunlende Lukman, Titilayi, Peter Ero Bikeni, Eugene Ugo Aaron, Osaro Kinsi, Gayo Nasiru, Adamu Garba Sani,
Hey, madam. Yes, thank you.
Bro, you check your back.
This it was not, we can just be big. Once again, you can
I will snap if I
Abudulayi Ọlálẹ́kọ̀, Adesina Samuel, Eshes Enako Samuel,
Picking up his fellowship medal. Essence of your library. Essence of your library.
Pastor.
I have the rare and very privilege of being associated and being involved indirectly in the Nigerian social message of those values since its inception and since the inaugural lecture about 29 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, these men were Tanzanians. And I can boldly say that I have observed the progress and journey of this social institution going from glory to glory. And with what I have witnessed so far, firsthand, my conclusion drawn is that the sky is your limit. Hallelujah. Kudos to the management committee, the board of trustees, past presidents, current and past chairmen of branches, unofficial members and others for a job well done. Despite the hospitable and operating environment we find ourselves in today, the convention team has succeeded in steering the ship safely to port without incidents. I should say here that it is one big contribution and another that you have people around you that will understand, interpret, and run with this vision. In this regard, I may boldly declare that the vision and objective of our founding fathers 29 years ago in establishing this institution has been achieved through tireless commitments by top management and those involved at the head affairs of this noble institution. The inclusion of the JW Lecture Series of the Fellows Induction Ceremony is not only a widely thought out, but it also has added another connotation to the dynamic of this event.
The primary goal of which is to sensitize the public and the government of the importance of essence of the nation building through events like this has been achieved. In closing, I would like to thank the management committee and all of us, all the public questions above, for the job well done. Thank you all. God bless you as a people of the rest of the nation.
Privilege to address the newly elected and voted members of the institution transferred to the director of the institution. It's present to make a flashback and remind the young fellows, indeed all of us, of the total route we pass through for arriving at this professional milestone. We journey straight back the very first day in the road to greatness of an evaluation in a recognized special institution following the program. It runs through their years in school until graduation. 1 year national service, 2 years privilege, 2 years privilege, and a minimum of 10 years higher election as an associate. In all, it gives a minimum of 20 years if calculated mathematically, putting in about 20 years to be where you are today. But in reality, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, it's unfortunate that some of you have gone beyond 25 years before your fellows today. Furthermore, it is important to inform you that several of your colleagues at the associate category who applied will not stay through the rigorous criteria for transfer. Hence, they were screened out at certain stages in the process. Thus, it is a privilege for you all to be contacted and found fit to transfer to fellows category of the institution. Hence, I say a very big congratulations to you all. Permit me to now call you my own professional colleagues, fellows of the institution, because that's what they are now. The elevation to the highest category of the professional hierarchy of the institution goes with enormous responsibilities. In all your professional and daily engagements, you must always reflect the motto of the institution, honesty and devotion. Indeed, you will always bear the image of the institution wherever you go and whatever you do. You should be an epitome of professionalism in terms of ethics, discipline, technical know-how, and proficiency. And that means that you should always engage in continuous learning through attendance and participation at continuous professional development programs, attendance at annual general meetings, annual conferences, annual seminars, and of course always be reflected on various professional publications regarding practice standards and applications, among others. Furthermore, you should henceforth get committed all the more in the affairs of the institution, both at their respective branch levels and at the national level. The institution requires funds to run activities effectively. In addition to paying your mandatory annual dues and occasional levies promptly, you should also contribute personally and also help attract funds from sources outside the institution. Again, you should actively be involved in your branch activities. Every branch of the institution has constituted the branch committee of fellows. First, I want to thank the President, the General Council, the members of the committee who have given to us that awards this elevation. And thank you very much to the council to us today and all my colleagues. So we have a pledge that will continue to support the institution. We are not taking for granted not know today because after a very long journey, I have come this far. We did glory to God, we did glory to the super heroes. All of us today, whatever we have achieved, has been through this profession. And we have that pledge to continue to operate the profession. We don't need UIS, we don't need federal profession of Nigeria. Thank you so much. Management committee members, council, DOT, the chairman of the Reservoir, past presidents, special guests, and guests can please allow me to stand on the educational conference. It's already been established. I want to thank most of our special guests that are already left. I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner for Justice and for General Lagos State for finding time to attend this ceremony. It shows that the government and ourselves are getting closer. So we want to thank you for attending. Because the Chairman of the Education and past president, the guest speaker, also a past president for being justice to the topic. I also thank the Chairman of the privileges, because today is a day and you made it possible for us. All our past presidents, the Chairman of the board, of course, our fathers, led by President Obama, we recognize and thank you. You always with us. Thank you so much for coming. And of course, we will always be all the way from United States because you know you are now retired. For taking that trouble to our we thank you. Of course, our board of trustees are also here. We want to thank you very much, the Chairman, for being a good custodian of the institution. I can also see Chief Osumato from our pastors. We thank you for coming. Of course, I want to thank the inductees and congratulate you especially. You are the first. This is the first time we have the Italian now for fellows. So that we come here. I want to congratulate you and thank you for making it possible. And no one thing. You are become fellows today because God has decided and will be. You went to sleep, not to talk because God has decided that you will be. So I want to congratulate you for actually achieving your destiny. To the invited guests, especially the families of your team, we'd like to thank you for the support you gave to your team for making it possible for them. God bless you. Fellows, I'm talking of old fellows now, and associate members, thank you very much for placing this question. And I have the biggest thanks for the President, who has skillfully managed this induction and joined the lecture. The family of late JWFM will thank you also for always attending every year we invite you. The company's adjustment committee that put together this induction. We also thank you for making it possible for us. And lastly, we thank God for making it possible. As we go back, we wish you join us back, and we hope that next year we will have a new set of fellows. Most of you fellows will attend as senior fellows. Thank you very much.